External Affairs Minister S Jaishankar, who is in London, met with his UK counterpart, Foreign Secretary David Lammy, held a wide range of talks covering strategic coordination, trade negotiation, next generation technology, and of course, after meeting with his UK counterpart, he went on to social media site X saying that held wide-ranging and productive talks with David Lammy. We discussed the entire gamut of bilateral ties, especially our focus on strategic coordination, political cooperation, trade deal negotiation, education, technology, mobility, and people-to-people exchanges. He added that both sides agreed to outline the next steps to further strengthen and structure their engagement. Lammy described the discussion as part of a new era in the relationship between the two nations, and this is from FTA, the Free Trade Agreement negotiations last week, to discussions on growth, security, foreign policy. Our partnership makes our people safer and more prosperous, is what David Lammy had to say. The two sides are also exploring collaboration in key sectors, including artificial intelligence, telecom, and also critical minerals. The United Kingdom also welcomed the opening of 2 new Indian consulates as well. To know more on this, we have my colleague Radhika Iyer joining us. Radhika, take us through the key takeaways of that crucial meeting between the two foreign ministers, and also, get us details of these 2 new Indian consulates that have come up.
In London's Chatham House, an independent policy think tank, Dr. Jaishankar, Minister of External Affairs of India, was in conversation with former journalist and director at this particular think tank. Trade, growth, and economy was the focus of his conversation. Starting off the conversation, he set the tone by saying that Donald Trump, US President's priorities are ones which suit India on 2 particular aspects. That energy is one that is trying to be made reasonable, which suits India, and of course the focus on technology is one again which he termed as a game changer. Continued conversation on trade led to the question on free trade agreement with the United Kingdom. Post-Brexit and post the changes of several governments, there were questions asked on just how much longer before India can sign that free trade agreement with Britain. Dr. Jaishankar's optimism apparently showcases that there has been a progress in negotiations, and he also mentioned that it is quite natural for these conversations and negotiations to take much longer. He did use the fact that there is going to be consequences on the economy basis any decision made on the free trade agreement, and so he said it won't be too long before a free trade agreement has been signed. But there is a positive note, according to Dr. Jaishankar, that ministers, including the top officer here, Keir Starmer, the Prime Minister of the United Kingdom, has showed consistent interest in concluding and finalizing the free trade agreement with India. There was another question asked on whether India would be playing a role in negotiating between the 2 nations, Ukraine and Russia. Dr. Jaishankar's response was that at the moment there is no peace plan, and that until now India had been playing quite a role where it has been honest, where it has been seeking consent from both parties before sharing discussions, and if needed, help was offered. But that at the moment, he said, I'm not sure, quote unquote. Several questions really around BRICS, around the region that India comes from, how it aims to sort of stabilize the relationship with China. These were some of the questions that he did take. Some questions also on whether multipolarity needs a common currency, to which at the moment he said that BRICS doesn't have quite a shared opinion. In fact, the opinion is that according to nations within BRICS, including the new members, the opinions are quite different and diverse. Of course, the question on India being one of the biggest democracies, but questions being raised on whether minorities were feeling safe, whether there was democracy upheld in its true value, and that he dismissed as one which many were asking to play politics. Radhika Iyer from London, NDTV.